course, discussed during 2 days about a very principal subject. Very important subject which has worldwide a very high impact and interest. And the question is, what made the Theosophical Society Point Loma mean to you? So what made Theosophy mean to you? But our organization has certain possibilities and structures. So basically, we want to work towards the vision on life. And you have understood that laws are not such a good idea, we think, and we think about more flexibility. And we keep on a voluntary basis. So if you develop a vision of life yourself, then you don't need those laws anymore. But then you may be able to work out of the 7 articles that we have proposed to you. And those are universal aspects that you may fill out yourself. So also translate that to local interests in your family, in the street, in the neighborhood, in the country. And it's also the case that we are in support of not only aiming for the insights in ethics and morality, because those are not subjects in itself. They come forward out of a complete life vision. Ethics and morality, and that's also what Blavatsky told us in 1875, is based on a very important philosophy and knowledge. Because if we only apply philosophy and do not address the practice, then we do not know how to test it, and then we become a kind of belief without any testing. So those are a couple of very important thoughts. And so what we understand of the universal patterns of life in university. So Theosophy, our first support is based on the so above, so below philosophy, which means that those patterns are both in the larger scale and the small microcosmos scale there, and can be understood. So it's not enough if you would become a better person. It's good. It's very nice if you are if you're open and to your fellow person. That's nice, but not enough. And if you want to contribute to laws, that's also very nice, but also not enough. So you are only fruitful if you are willing to get a better understanding of the universe, and by doing so, understand yourself better. And if you experience then by doing so the knowledge of the unity of everything which is alive, and that you have this inner urge to know, to get a better understanding, to find out what your place in this universe is, so that from that vision you see a kind of a task for yourself and take that on your shoulders. And that's a very different angle than that we try to impose things upon you by laws and regulations. So those are a number of very important thoughts that we hope that you will keep in mind. So righteousness doesn't come from the outside, but comes from the inside. So as I have just explained, without the human laws, yes, at the end we can do without them. If we have developed this inner vision and have gotten a better understanding of our place in the universe, then it's a kind of self-explaining that we have this insight and can work on the basis of this insight and adopt our conduction in accordance. So everyone may be able to be a universal human being, and in our society we often hear and also were reactive. So a lot of people say, okay, now I'm going to doing a certain course and then another course, and then in the future I may be able to be this or that person. But what we really mean to say is that to find your place in the universe and to better yourself is not something which lies beyond, but it has to do with your present behavior. So whatever limitation you have, and having a better insight in your place in the universe in accordance with your limitations, try to bring this forward and work this out. So imagine that every human being would handle in such a way, then many problems, maybe all problems, we would have overcome. So one of the major problems is that we stay in the situation in which we are, that we have our problem is that we tend to project it to something in the future and doing nothing right now. So yesterday we had a couple of direct and confronting videos, and they say, okay, this is terrible what we see, but it would be a better question if we would ask ourselves, what am I doing right now in this Western world where I live, to where those kind of situations are sustained and supported, in other words of the world while we don't want that. So I think that our carrying out things and our acts are very important. What we do right now to give a certain filling out the universal rights. So it's not there, and it's not tomorrow or the day after that, but it's right here and now where we should act. So this is those are my concluding remarks. And so I welcome you to coffee and hope to see you again next year at our next symposium. Thank you very much.